shaking because I got a dead strut on the right hand side. I imagine the tires bouncing around as I'm driving on the uneven highway. But I had to start up a live because I just made an important phone call. Wind noise. I just made an important phone call. I'll make a post for those that missed the live. I've been saving up some money for a little while, and I just did a job that set me off over the top, and one of the customers gave me a loan for the rest. I have the money now to get my Formula hood and the correct Formula air cleaner that hooks up to that hood and is a ram air assembly. I just got off the phone with Pontiac Mark, the guy that I get all my parts from, my NOS stuff from. Well, not NOS, but original used stuff, because he parts them out. And yeah, I'm going down there either Sunday night or Monday after he gets off of work. I'm going to get him paid, and I'm going to pick out the hood that I want, and he's going to fix the corners and the vents, because I'm pretty sure every hood that he has needs some kind of work, whether it be on the corners or the vents that break off. Hey, Twisted, how you doing? I'm just telling everybody about the good news. I don't know if you caught it, but I just made the call to my parts guy. Sunday afternoon or Monday when he gets off of work, I got to go down to Pontiac Mark's. I'm going to pick out my Formula hood, and he has the correct... Some fucking box truck pulled over. Must be trying to look for illegals. Back. But anyways, so the hood is the last body panel I need to finish off the car. Even though I haven't started any body work, I have all the parts. So the hood is the last part that I need, and then the correct air cleaner assembly to make it a ram air. Because the Formula hood has those two vents, and they're open all the way through, and there's two holes on the bottom of the hood that the air cleaner assembly lines up to. It makes it a ram air deal. So I've been saving up some money. I just finished a job that put me over 1,000, and then one of my good customers gave me the rest of the money as a loan. I just got to work it off. I told her what I was doing. She's been very helpful to me. Awesome lady. I'll be working on her Jeep CJ7 soon. I'll be doing a video on that. Why is everybody slowing down? But yeah, I'm pumped. I might even bolt that thing on the car before I disassemble it, just to see what it all looks like. I'll bolt the mirrors on, and then I'll bolt the hood on when I get it. Hopefully the car isn't taken apart by then. And I'll get some glamour shots before I take the car apart. Now, I know my girlfriend's gonna say you should use that money to get some of it, because I need some paperwork done on the car. I want to get a PHS report on it, and I haven't really mentioned this to too many people, but I don't have a title for the car yet, but I can get one. It's just gonna cost. It's gonna cost about as much as I'm paying for this hood and air cleaner. it's like if you don't hop on some of these parts right away, especially right now because the Ohio Pontiac show is coming up. I think out in Norwalk, Ohio, is coming up soon, and all the Pontiac guys, they bring their shit out there, and it all sells. So it's almost like, yeah, I could wait, but if I do, it may be more money. And right now he has the hood and the air cleaner assembly. And the air cleaner assembly, especially because this isn't going to be a repop either. This is going to be a factory original one. We're talking big money. You know, if you know, I put the right decals on it and fucking painted it up and everything, I could turn around. He's giving me a deal on all this shit too. I could turn around and sell this shit for all of it for a profit. Mark, he's just awesome. He just hooks me up with deals all the time, and I think it's because he knows that this car is my dream car. It's like my bucket list car. I've always wanted it, and I don't know. Maybe he sees my drive. Maybe he sees a little bit of himself in me. I don't know, but even that rear panel that I bought off him for the back, he gave me a humongous deal on that. That thing should have been $1,000. I paid $500 for it. The nose that's on my car, I paid $500 for that. That should have been $900. Oh, I'm getting comments. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry I'm driving. I'm not paying attention. Yeah, it's awesome, Twisted. I can't wait to get my hands on the stuff. Sandra, hi. Karina, hello. And then another thing, we're up over 300 subs. I think the last time I looked, we were at 303. So, yeah. I can almost guarantee by the time the car's done, I'll be up at 500. And I'm going to rub it in Barry and Rich's face when I show up at the No Name Nationals with the 71 Firebird. It might have the 350 in it still. Who knows? Maybe I'll have the 400 done by then. But I'll tell you what, I'm getting the shit done. Unlike, you know, Barry and Rich like to pretend that they do work. Take you off my ugly mug. Last couple times driving, there's been some incidents that I wish I caught on camera. Hopefully we don't have any incidents today, but yeah, I was just psyched about the news. I wanted to share it with you guys as soon as I literally hung up the phone with Mark, and then I picked up the phone to start up a live just so I could tell you guys all about it. Because I don't know, you guys kind of give me the drive to keep going on the thing too, you know. I mean, I have the drive anyways because it's my bucket list car. Something I wanted since I was a kid. But the fact that you guys have interests in what I do makes me feel better. And again, I appreciate every single one of my subscribers. Yesterday we had a gentleman from Russia on, and we were having trouble trying to communicate. So I don't know how to do that Google Translate thing, especially while I'm filming. I'm sure there's a way I can set it up so that way people from out of the country can get their subtitles. I just don't know how to do it. But my subs in the comments, they were able to do it for me. They were able to talk to them for me, and they're it worked out. I also noticed that gentleman subscribed. Guy doesn't even know a word I'm saying, and he still subscribed to my channel. It's just awesome, you know what I mean? This asshole just fucking likes to use the signal. But yeah, the more prudent thing would have been to use the money and get all the paperwork squared away on the car. But again, when these pods pop up, I have to hop on them. So I'm just taking the gamble right now. I'm gonna get the hood and the air cleaner. What'll end up happening is I'm gonna get a bunch of work done for the lady that gave me the loan. She has a ton of work for me to do. I'm gonna get that done, and she's already told me that once I'm finished with that, she will give me another loan. And she actually has some people I could talk to about getting what's called a bonded title. What that is so what happens if like you pull a car out of the woods and you want to restore it and you need to get a title for it? What you do is you get a bonded title, and what happens is the company that issued the bond puts it out there that this car is out there, and if anybody tries to lay a claim to it, the bond company will pay off that person. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, this fucking traffic. Shit. Well, it looks like it's gonna be a long ride home. So anyways, getting back to the title. So if somebody tries to lay a claim to the car, the bond company pays them off up to a certain amount, and then I have to pay the bond company. There's other ways of going around about doing it, but they kind of hinge on being illegal. One of the ways is most definitely illegal that I'm not even going to talk about, because I'm not even going to entertain that possibility. The other one is to have someone register it out of state that doesn't require titles. It borderlines being illegal. It's not illegal, but you also have to put your trust into somebody that they're not gonna fucking title this car and then try to take it from you. You know, it's gotta be somebody that you trust. Because basically what they're doing is they're registering the car in their name, and they're gonna come back and give me a set of plates and a registration. What are you doing? Are you trying to get in the left lane with no? Now you put the signal on, fucking moron. So basically, what they'd be doing is registering the car in their name, and they would come back to you with a set of plates and a registration, and I could use that registration to get a Massachusetts title. But again, it kind of borderlines being illegal. And then 2, I have to completely trust the person that's doing it to not show up at my place with a Ram truck trying to take the car afterwards. So I think I'm gonna go with the bond company because it's all legal. It may end up costing me a lot more money, but I don't see any other way of doing it. I do follow another YouTube channel, Backyard Barn Finds. He specializes in first-gen Camaros. He can identify first-gen Camaros just by, you know, holes on the firewall on the cars and like date codes and stuff. He deals with a title company because he drags a lot of vehicles out of the woods and brings them back. And he actually, one of his last videos was sponsored by the title company that he uses to get titles for the vehicles that he pulls out of the woods. Like, what are you doing, dude? You're passing me on the right to do what? Sit in fucking traffic? So I might look into that route. I'm not sure. But basically what happened with my car is it belongs to a gentleman. The last time it was titled in my state was in 1997. And from what I understand, that person sold it to somebody in New Hampshire. And in New Hampshire, they don't use titles. So it got into an accident at some point because when I bought it, the front end was smashed. So it was in an accident and it sat in a barn for like years and years and years. And then that person passed away. I don't know if it had ever been registered out there or not, but that person passed away, and then when the property got sold, the car was on the property, and they hired somebody to remove it and a bunch of other things. And the person that removed the car started parting the car out. That's why it has no interior in it. And he was going to cut the roof off of it because the roof's mint and some other parts, and he was going to scrap the thing. And then the guy that I bought the car from is a friend of his, and he saw the car and was like, no, I'll buy the car off you the way it sits. And he bought the car and tried selling it for $5,000, and it sat on Marketplace. I watched the car for months. It started off at $5,000, then he dropped it to $4,000, then he started going in increments of $500, and when it got down to $2,000, his last post was, if it doesn't sell in the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna scrap it. So I went out there and looked at it, and originally I walked away from the car because it does have a lot of rust issues. But the roof and the window channels and everything are mint, and the trunk floor is mint. It's worth saving. So I threw $1,800 at him. I said, I got $1,800. I actually had $2,000, but I sold my 3rd gen Firebird that I had. I had $2,000. I told him I had $1,800. He took the offer. Originally, he wanted to sell me the car for $2,500 with the $400 that I got in my garage. But I needed to get the car towed home. So I offered him 1,800, and I used the remaining 200 to get the car home. Dude, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You got no signal on, nothing. Like, this is an accident waiting to happen. Like, everybody needs to move over. Like, put a signal on. Let people know what you're doing. What the fuck? I was talking about my car, my Firebird. So yeah, so I got my car for $1,800, and you ain't gonna get your hands on an early second gen Firebird like mine for that money ever. Complete rot boxes are selling upwards of $5,000. So I kind of lucked out. But like I said, originally I walked away from it because I saw all the rust and was kind of turned off by it. But I thought about it some more and was like, I'll never be able to get another one. But it was the title situation and the rust that kind of turned me off. So I immediately went and I sold my 89 my 89 Formula, got the money, bought the car, brought it home, and it's just been a project ever since. Hey Don. Renetta 75. Yeah, absolutely, man. I had when I was younger, I had an 81 turbo Trans Am, and I didn't know what that was back then. And back then I wanted a hot rod, and the car ran and drove fine the way I got it. It was just kind of like a pig. It wasn't very fast. I ended up finding out as I was taking it apart, if I had fixed the down pipes for the turbo, it probably would have worked a lot better. But that car, I yanked the turbo 301 out of it, and I put a Cadillac 500 cubic inch in it, and that thing would get. But the problem with that is a lot of times it would dead hook, and it would blow the rear end in it. I put like 4 10-bolt rear ends in the thing, and I couldn't get my hands on like a 12-bolt or something, and I obviously couldn't afford like a 9-inch to put in there. So I put another 10-bolt in it, and I sold it. And then years later, I found out what a turbo Trans Am was, and what I had, and if I had kept it, what I could have sold it for, because I got the car for a song. And I regret selling that car even today, even though it's not my favorite. Like, I love the second gen Firebird, but mainly 70, 71, 72, and 73. The bullnose ones. I do like the 74s because that was the year for the Super Duty 455. But otherwise, the newer ones, I don't really care too much for. I wouldn't mind owning one, but it's not like my 71. That's my bucket list car. '68 SS Camaro and 70. Yeah, those are two good ones. Next week, I'm supposed to go to my buddy's place. He's got a body shop down near my old man's. He's got a 67 Firebird I'm supposed to work on for him. He called me, wants me to put a gas tank in it, blow out the fuel lines, put a water pump on it. Depending on if he's cool with it, I will do a live or record that. Come on, dude. Yeah, you see me right here? You see that signal? You got a signal on like you're trying to get off. Like, 95. Never fails. Not past me. What did the 68 have in it, Don? Is it a 327 car or a big block car? The 67 I'm going to work on, it has a 350. I think it's a 67. It's either a 67 or a 68. Because it's that nose with the chrome around it. In 69, they changed the nose to look a little bit more like mine. This one has like the older nose with like the chrome that goes around the nose. I want to say it's a 67, but I do know it has a 350 in it. It's all original. The guy pulled it out of a barn. I actually have pictures of it on my phone. It's green, hard top. He just bought what kind of wheels were they? I want to say they're Keystones. Just bought some Keystone wheels for it to make it look era appropriate. But I know everybody says this, but he said some old lady owned it, and then when she couldn't drive anymore, it got put away in the barn or garage he pulled it out of, and he bought it. It sat there until he bought it just recently. He was actually trying to get me to find him some rally wheels for it. I actually had set him up with the rally wheels that are on my car right now, the ones that I just recently bought. I had actually set him up with those, but he decided to get the Keystones instead, so I ended up buying those. Oh yeah, Camaro had a 327. That's a good motor. I built one of those once. I bought it 30 over and put the dual hump heads on it. So it was, it bought out to 331. But I could never, that thing would always overheat on me. And I think it had to do with either one or two things. I had a serpentine belt set up on it that I had taken off of a Chevy pickup truck. And when I had it in my 84 Camaro, I had that serpentine set up on a 350 in my third gen Camaro. But I didn't put the water pump from the Chevy truck for the serpentine belt set up on it. Well, when I built the motor, I bought the water pump for the truck thinking that it needed the reverse rotation. So I'm wondering if that water pump made it overheat, or the guy that built the bottom end for me, he was trying to tell me about how the small block Chevys had this thing called heavy duty cooling, and you can see on the head gasket that there's a hole in the head gasket that wasn't drilled into the block, and that hole supposedly was for HD coolant. And what it did was it allowed the coolant to run through the head and fill up the back of the block forward instead of it filling up the front of the block and then going backward. So I don't know if him drilling a hole in the fucking face of the block into a water jacket and changing the coolant flow made it overheat. But that motor would fucking get it. That motor had some fucking power. But I couldn't keep it cool for the life of me. I started thinking it was the chassis I had it in, because I had wrecked the Camaro that I had, and I ended up getting the 3rd gen Firebird. And if you ever saw the nose on one of those things, it doesn't have a grill or anything. And it was missing some of the pieces underneath for like airflow to the radiator. So I thought that had something to do with it. So what I did was I worked at this place called Tony's Auto Wrecking, and he had this Monte Carlo on his lot that didn't have an engine in it, but it was a nice rust-free body. Had nice brakes and everything. It was ready to drive. It just needed an engine and a transmission. So I took that 327 and the 5-speed that I had in my Firebird. I cut a hole in the floor on the Monte Carlo and I made it a 5-speed. I put all that in the Monte Carlo. And it wouldn't overheat as fast, but it's still fucking overheated. So I ended up selling the whole, I ended up getting disillusioned with the whole thing, and I just ended up selling it all. Yeah. Especially the special editions they had out. My buddy's got a 87, I want to say it's an 87, but it's not an El Camino, it's a GMC. I forgot what they called the GMC ones. But it wasn't a Chevy, it was a GMC. Fuck, what was the name of that thing? I'll have to ask him. Sprint, that's what it is. I think the older ones were the Sprint. I think the 80s, I think they changed it to a different name. But he's got one of those, and he's had people offer him like all kinds of money for that thing because it's all original. His grandfather bought it brand new off the lot. He still has the original window sticker. Pulled the build sheet out from on top of the gas tank. Yeah, there's. El Caminos weren't really my thing until recently. I wouldn't mind having one because I want to get like a box Caprice because I love the way they drive as like a daily. But if I could get like a G-body El Camino or something like that I could put like a topper on, I could keep my tools in the back. Come on, dude, pass me. You saw me getting off the fucking exit. You saw my signal. But yeah, it's weird how when you're younger, you don't like certain things, but then as you get older, your opinion changes on them. Yeah, we got some stuff coming up. I'm almost at the fucking USS Constellation, so I gotta shut down the live stream. But yeah, I had to share with you guys the good news. So like I said, on Sunday afternoon or Monday afternoon, I'm gonna go down to Mark's place. I'm gonna pick out my hood, and we're gonna go over the air cleaner assembly, and that'll line out the car for all the body parts. I'll have my hood, and I'll have my Formula hood, and I'll have the Formula air intake to go with the hood. It's gonna be fucking sweet. I might even delay disassembling the car until I get that, so that way I can bolt it on the car and get some clamor shots, because the car is gonna be apart for a long time. Maybe not a long time, but it's gonna be apart for a little while. I know that. Bricklin. Yeah, those things you gotta kind of have like an appeal. Oh shit. this off too much, but here's the hood money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, $1,500. You know DD Speed Shop on YouTube? He bought one for his old man. He bought the one that Vice Grip Garage did. I think Tavarish had that, and then Vice Grip Garage got it, and then DD Speed Shop bought it from Vice Grip Garage. He did some work to it. He got it running, but like the way they built those things, it's like a bathtub, I guess. Like pieces of the body were starting to come apart where they were like glued together and shit. So like he fixed a bunch of stuff on that, and then he gave it to his old man, and I guess his old man's been doing a bunch of stuff with it. Those things are ugly anyways. The drivetrain ain't too bad, the 351, and I think those come with a 351 and C6 automatic. Not sure. But yeah, I guess that's, you gotta have like a taste for those things. They were originally, because they call them SV, safety vehicles. I guess that was the whole marketing thing on the Bricklin, was that they were a safety, it's a safety sports car or some shit like that. Real safe car with doors that weigh as much as an engine block. If the hydraulics for the doors ever fail, if you have to pick them up on your own, you better be fucking strong. Lost $5,000 on it. That's not good. Yeah, parts are far and few between. The guy from DD Speed Shop, he's from Canada, and I guess up by him there's a guru up there that restores them. He's got a bunch of them, and he's got a bunch of parts and shit. That's where he was getting his parts from. But yeah, even he said parts are unobtainium for those things. You either have to make them yourself, or you got to find somebody that hoarded a bunch of those things and has parts. That's literally the only way to work on those things. Wow, I did all that driving and I didn't get a gas. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to get gas tomorrow then. I bet you do. I wonder if it's the same guy that Dan from DD Speed Shop was talking about. Because you're up in Canada, aren't you? Or close to it. I think he actually did a video where he went to the guy's place and was showing off all the Bricklins that the guy had and stuff. Yeah, he had a bunch of cars in his garage. He had parts cars outside. It's all Bricklin stuff. Brunswick, yeah. The Maine? Brunswick, Maine? I've always wanted to go up to Canada just to, see the sights. It's beautiful up there. It's just fucking cold for fucking 3/4 of the year out there, from what I understand. All right, Brunswick, Canada, where you're at? Oh, I see. So you're on the other side. So you know what I'm talking about. You endure it. I got one of my customers. They have family out in Canada, and she was showing me a video last time she visited out there. It was so cold. They brought almost boiling water in a cup outside, and they threw it, and it fucking immediately froze as soon as it left the cup. Yeah, I gotta shut her down myself. I just got home. I gotta bring my tools in and shit. So, appreciate everyone stopping by and hearing the good news, and hopefully the next time I come on, I'll have some pictures. So until the next one, guys. Thanks for stopping by, Don.